All right, Bill, you ready? Next adventure up?
Yeah. Where are we going?
We are going to an amazing place north of Highway 17 in Algoma Country in Ontario, Canada. We're gonna have a great adventure.
For what were we fishing?
Bass.
At this time of year?
Yep, it's a 365 open season catch and release only.
Oh, that sounds great.
You ready to have some fun?
I'm ready to have some fun. Let's do it.
All right.
Fish on. This week, the new fly fisher crew visits Birch Lake Resort, located in the beautiful Algoma region of northern Ontario. The resort is situated just 10 minutes from the town of Thessalon on the north shore of Birch Lake.
The reason why the bass get so big in these lakes just north of Highway 17 in Ontario is because of the food source. And in this particular lake, the main food source is smelt. So what you've got are big pods of smelt. You know, it's been ice out for a couple of weeks now. They've spawned and now they're cruising around in big pods, and these smallmouth will hunt them down like wolves and gorge on them. And when we get a big one, you'll see their stomachs are just absolutely giant, filled with smelt. Fishing with a buddy really does have its benefits. And what I mean by that is, you know, Bill's fishing with a surface fly, a popper, and I'm fishing with a subsurface streamer. So we're effectively covering the water column to figure out what these bass are doing. The second thing, which is a small thing, but in a boat like this, it's a huge thing, is that Bill's right-handed. He casts with his right. I'm left-handed, casts with my left. You position the boat properly, and you both can fish all day long and have shots at these trophy smallmouth bass.
Squashing the barb down, people think that you'll lose a lot more fish. You won't. As long as you keep a tight line, that will not impede you at all, but it's much easier on the fish when you're catch and release like we are today. It comes out very easy and very little stress on the fish, so squash your barbs down.
There's a fish, good one. So we've been casting to shore, and I decided to lob one out into the open lake here. How's that for the first fish of the day?
Not bad at all, my friend, not bad at all.
That is a fantastic way to start the day at Birch Lake Resort. So fun.
I switched over. Mark was doing a whole lot better than me. And I'm trying to figure out why. I was using poppers too, but he was using a popper with a white belly, and I didn't have that. So I just switched over to an all white popper, and I got 2 pulls and this fish hit.
It's funny, Bill, how this morning we came through here with poppers and we couldn't even move a fish.
No, no, now they seem to be onto them.
Now what's interesting is these fish aren't on beds, right? So they're cruising these flats.
They're cruising, eating.
So theory states that we could probably just stay in one spot, move around in an area a little bit, and fish will come to us, right?
I think so, yeah. because they are cruising. They're not in any one spot. Because we worked over this spot pretty good this morning.
Well, the reason why I ask that is as you're fighting that fish, behind you, 2 other fish were exploding on bait.
Right.
We had just come through.
Now this is a decent fish. And there's the popper. All white. And I got about 2 pulls. That's not bad. We're getting there, not quite as the monster that Mark got this morning, but not bad. There he goes. This is something like striper fishing, saltwater fishing, where the bait is being balled up by the bass, being concentrated in one area, and you got what's called nervous water. And that's where a bunch of minnows are near the surface, and the fish slash through them. They're out a little deeper and they're chasing bait. So what we're looking for is a ball of bait or nervous water. Looked like a good fish the way it hit. It was pretty aggressive, wasn't it?
It hit like a ton of bricks, that's for sure.
Oh, it's a big fish.
That's a good one, yeah. That's a good one. So I switched back to a popper. We've been playing with bait fish and trying to imitate what these smallmouth are eating. And there's just so much bait in the water here. It's really difficult for us to, for those fish to actually key in on the fly that we're giving. So what I did was I switched to a balsa wood popper with an orange top and a cream bottom, and first cast, and got a good one.
Wow, that's a big fish. That is a lovely fish, Mark. Perfect. Oh man, look at that. Oh boy, is that ever a good fish.
Take the popper out real quick. That's it. Fantastic smallmouth bass.
The flies that were most successful on this episode were poppers, brown and white clouser minnows, orange and white clouser minnows, blue and white clouser minnows, black bunny leeches, and white bunny leeches. Yeah, did you see him come on it, huh?
Yeah.
Seen him follow it.
It's a good one.
Another good one, yeah.
That's a big fish of the day, I think.
Think so?
Yeah.
And he just sipped it.
Yeah, well, he sat there with his nose right underneath it. That's what I saw, and then I gave it a twitch and he ate it. Ooh, that's a thick bass, man.
That is a nice, nice fish.
All right, let's take a look at this guy. Oh, that's a great one.
I think I lost it. Oh, just the way my day is going today. I just had a really nice rise, grabbed it, I thought I had it, and he let go. My day is not going well. That's fishing. Fish on. Fish on. Oh, good one too. Fish on, yeah. Come on, stay on. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, we've been really experimenting with flies today. What'd you tie on?
I've got a black leech that's got a really weighted head. I wanted it to go down, but I didn't want it to go down so far, so I've gone back to a floating line and a heavier fly. I had a full sinking line and I kept hanging up on the bottom. Okay, Mark, could you hand me the net?
Yeah, why don't I do the honors?
Okay. Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir. Now, this is why we're here, is for the trophy fish like this. Okay. And that's the black leech that I put on. It's got a bit of a crystal body and mostly black. But that's a really nice fish. Very nice fish. Awesome fish. And away it goes. Nice.
Total dead sticked it. And it came up and ate it before I even had a chance to
Good man.
move it once. So much fun.
Oh yeah.
It's actually so much fun, Bill, that if there's a 1% chance that I'm gonna catch a fish on a popper, I'm gonna take that chance. Yeah, we've done well today with the quality of fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, real decent. Look, right in the top, right in the nose. That's a good fish, man. Look at that.
Look at this. It's awesome. It's just awesome.
Fantastic.
Nothing like sharing a beverage with a good fishing buddy after a successful day. The advantage to visiting Birch Lake Resort is there are 6 different fish-filled lakes within 30 miles of the cabin. We're trying a new lake tomorrow that is only 15 minutes away. We'll be right back. Birch Lake Resort is a very economical drive-to location, offering 6 cozy housekeeping cottages, which all offer 2 bedrooms, full kitchens, 3-piece bathrooms, TV and Wi-Fi. They also have lakeview decks and lakefront access along with fire pits and barbecues. Boats and motors can be rented and pets are welcome.
Well, Bill, day 2 north of Highway 17 in Ontario. Today's, even though this is very common here, it's a very different day out on the main lake, isn't it?
That's true. The wind has picked up today. It's still nice and warm, but the wind has picked up. The top water action, I think, is going to be minimal today other than these back coves. I think we're going to have to go subsurface. So versatility is what we're going to have today and experiment and see what they want.
Good, but the pressure's been consistent for a number of days, so by all counts and purposes, the smallie bite should still be very strong.
It should still be very strong. It's been stable weather, and smallmouth and largemouth, they like stable weather.
Good. All right, enough chit chat. Let's go.
Changing over a little bit of flash. You see in the tail, looks about the size of the dace that are in here. So it's more like matching a hatch. But I want a little bit of flash just to attract them. We got high sunshine, that should help. Should be cruising fish in here.
That's what I liked about this.
I got her.
Good job,
Fish
Bill.
on.
It's a big fish.
We're just passing a point here. And points, you never ever pass up a point. Strong fish.
Oh, that's a giant, Bill.
Oh my.
She is a tank. That is a big fish. Don't jump, don't jump, don't.
Today I'm using a number 6 weight, fast action rod because I'm pitching some heavier flies. The reel I got has got a good drag on it, and that's because of exactly what's happening right now. You can get away with a spindle reel, but my recommendation is a larger arbor and a good drag system. That's the most important.
Oh, what a big...
Oh, this is a tank. This is just a tank. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, my God. I am so excited about this. Oh, my goodness. There it is, Clouser minnow. My, oh, my. That's a thick, heavy fish. Oh, wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a tank. What a tank and what a fight. Now, this is what's available on a budget in Ontario. Smallmouth bass to die for. This is absolutely fantastic. Awesome.
Congratulations, Bill. Fantastic fish. Fun fishing with you, man.
This is the fly I used for that large fish. It's a Clouser minnow, got a little bit of flash in it. But because I took a big fish, always check your leader and retie your knot. If you don't do that, the next fish could be even bigger and you're gonna lose it because the knot is weakened. So I'm gonna cut this off and retie.
When you're searching for smallmouth on a lake that's unknown to you, what you want to do is you want to find your points of structure. And smallmouth will relate directly to cover as well as terrestrial changes underwater. So if you find rock and wood mixed together, there's going to be a great chance you're going to pull smallmouth off the wood because they're using the wood for protection. But also, if you find a structure that has a transition between rock and sand, that's also a great spot to locate smallmouth, because what they'll do is they'll actually run that line in search of food. It's protection for them, it's protection for their bait fish, which means that they have a great opportunity to locate fish and eat. Fish.
All right, Mark. Now that was a cruising fish out there. He was out in the middle of nowhere, actually, wasn't he?
Yep, just off that point.
Another good fish, though. Look, the quality of the fish in these lakes around here is second to none as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. We haven't caught, in all honesty, Bill, we haven't caught anything less than 2.5 pounds.
Right.
The whole time we've been here.
Yeah, there's another good 3.5, 4 pounder right there.
And what do you barf up there?
Yeah.
Looks like crayfish.
Could be a crayfish, yeah. That's probably why he's out there. Well, you got a crayfish pattern on there, more or less. Need me to help you? Nope. Good man.
You've got Highway 17 right there.
Right.
And you literally have some of the world's finest smallmouth bass fishing right here. I mean, you can drive to this with your own boat and dance with smallmouth bass.
Look at that.
Like that. That's a 4-pound fish.
Easy 4 pounds.
The new fly fisher returns after these messages.
Bill, I can't believe the week we're having here at Birch Lake Resort. But before it's all over, let's go through the equipment that we're using. I'm fishing very differently than you are.
Yeah, I've got a full sinking line. I feel this week that the fish are cruising, they're looking for a meal, and I want to get down deep and I want to stay deep. So I'm using a full sinking line with my Clouser minnow.
Right, and what weight rod have you got?
I got a number 6. Generally that will suit your purpose for smallmouth bass.
And I've been fishing a lot on poppers this week. I too have a 6-weight rod in the works, but I'm using a weight forward 6-weight floating line.
Right.
With a really long leader, which is 2X tippet.
Yeah.
To a fantastic orange popper that's just been putting a clinic on them.
Now, one thing about a full sinking line, you don't need a 9-foot leader. You only need about 2 to 3 feet of leader because you want the fly to stay down where the line is. If you have a long leader, the fly will rise up and it won't be as deep as you think it is.
Right. So we've had a spectacular week so far. We still have an afternoon to fish.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get out and do it.
Yeah, and get another big one.
Yeah, that'd be great. We pulled up here because there's a lot of really cool things going on. Number one is it's a shallow bay. It is the springtime and we're pre-spawn, so they should be getting in here, staging, getting ready to do their business for the spring. Secondly is we've got a point and we've got a creek coming into the lake. Now, what I like about the creek is that oftentimes a creek will bring in colder water or a different temperature of water, and that would attract bait fish, which in turn attracts giant smallmouth bass. Fish.
All right. You believe that, Mark? Now, it's going to be dwarfed by Mark's. But, oh my, Mark. Look at that. Oh my.
Can you believe it?
Same time.
What a trip.
What a trip. What a trip. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show and that you come back and watch us again and make one of your next trip up to Birch Lake Resort.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. From
It's
all of
worth
us here
it.
at the New Fly Fisher, thanks for joining us. Tight lines, we'll see you next week.
Wow, what a trip.
Wow, unbelievable.
6.5 pound smallmouth bass.
Hi, I'm Tom Rosenbauer. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this and you want to see more, subscribe and you can get all our weekly uploads.